Right now, we're coming up to Samhain. Samhain is the Gaelic Halloween. It's actually where the concept of Halloween came from. Samhain. It came from Ireland. It came from the Gaelic people. And the way it worked really was that Samhain was the start of the year. It was the time to set your intentions. It was a time for underground growth. It was a time to plant the seeds that were going to grow for half the year under the ground, that you wouldn't see what happened to them. It was the dark part of the year. There was a dark part and a bright part of the year. And then Bealtaine in May was the bright part of the year, where the seeds that you have sown will begin to grow and you'll begin to see them. But Samhain was a very, very important time for the Gaelic people. It was the start of the year. And of course our years have been changed. In some places I hear that the start of the year was the 1st of April, and our years have been changed. We have 13 lunar cycles, but we have 12 months. And we have all kinds of crazy ways. Every month is different amount of days. But Samhain, that's the start of the year for the Gaelic people. It's the time to set your intentions for the year. How you want this year to change, what you want to grow in this year. And I want to talk about the Tuatha Dé Danann just for 5 minutes. 3 minutes. Tuatha Dé Danann. The legend with the Tuatha Dé Danann was that the Tuatha Dé Danann fought the Fomorians. And they also fought the Milesians. And they made an agreement with the Milesians that the Milesians would take the surface of Ireland. And the Tuatha Dé Danann would go into the hills, Ishnach, Tara, all the Gaelic hills and the sacred places, but underground. Tuatha Dé Danann would take the underground. Now, I'm willing to believe this literally. I'm willing to believe this completely literally, but it also has a metaphorical meaning. The Tuatha Dé Danann is within you. It's the magical, Driacht part of you. The Tuatha Dé Danann is your amazing, creative, unconscious mind. I refuse to say subconscious, because subconscious makes it sound like it's below the conscious mind. But it's actually unbelievably more powerful than the conscious mind. It's also the spiritual part of you. The part of you that's magic. The part of you that can change the fabric of reality. That can change Ireland. The fabric of Ireland. And so the Tuatha Dé Danann fighting with the Milesians and agreeing to go underground is also, metaphorically, could be seen as the unconscious, the creative, the magical, the Driacht unconscious mind. Saying to the conscious mind, which is the Milesians in this allegory, saying to the conscious mind, hey, we will disappear. We will give you 1,000 years or 2,000 years where the conscious mind is king, where you will fight in the 3D, where you will have to deal with the 3D, just the earth as it is. What you have to do, your job, you're looking after your children, you're going to the supermarket, the normal boring things you have to do. And the magic will disappear for a while. The magic of the Tuatha Dé Danann and the unconscious mind will disappear for a little while. But I'm going to make the argument that we're coming into a time now. Now we're coming into a time where the Tuatha Dé Danann are coming back to the fore, where you are going to be connecting more with your unconscious mind. Where the 3D, you could argue that we're in a 3D system now. There's just 3 dimensions of length, width, height, and there's also time. But we have control over the length, width and height. We can change where we are on the earth. But we've no control over time. Time moves as it is. We've no control. We can't go into tomorrow. We can't go into the past. But I'm going to make the argument that the earth is changing, that Ireland is changing, and we can now, through our incredible unconscious mind, through the Tuatha Dé Danann, actually change the future and change the past. We can change the fabric of reality. We have that power. And Samhain, to come back to Samhain. So quickly, the Tuatha Dé Danann make an agreement with the Milesians in the allegory way. We can say it's completely true also in reality, but let's say in the allegory way is the unconscious mind agreeing to take a step back. That the driach, the magic of the Gaelic people, agreeing to take a step back. But know that it would come to the fore again in the future. And given the Milesian mindset, which is just your normal, everyday, I have to go to the supermarket, I have to fill up the fridge, I have to clean my house, which is fine, do that. I'm not saying don't do that. That's important to do. Do your job, pay your bills. I'm not saying don't do that. And what I'm saying though is you have a Tuatha Dé Danann part of you, deep down in your conscious mind, that is magical, that can change reality, and that is beginning to come to the fore right now within you. It's magical. The Tuatha Dé Danann are coming back right now. And I know that the people who watch these videos can feel this now. And a lot of people can't. 95% of people are going to be in the Milesian mindset. That's just the way it is. But it's beginning to grow, and it might not be 95% forever. Maybe there's 5% who are seeing through all of the veils that have been put on this world. It's all lies. Starting to realize, hey, it's all lies. And Samhain, to get back to Samhain is an allegory for that, because the time when your magic is most, you're most able to connect to it, the time when you're able to connect most of the Tuatha Dé Danann is Samhain. And as above, so below, there's a mini Samhain as well that you get twice a day, which is that moment. I don't know if you know that moment when you're going to sleep. So there's a time when you're awake, you're lying in your bed, you're still awake. And there's a time when you are asleep and you have no control. But there's an in-between time. There's an in-between time when you're just about to fall asleep. You still have control. You can see things. There's things appearing in your mind. You may start to see lots of white dots, or you may start to see faces, but you're beginning to see things, but you still have control. It's not a dream. It's like a pre-dream, if you want to call it that. And that's when you have control. And there's a moment just after you wake up as well. If you don't have an alarm and you have to run out to work, if you are able to wake up and stay in the bed for 10-15 minutes, there's a moment just after you wake up where you have that power as well. And Samhain is an overall, as above, so below. So you have that twice a day. But Samhain is also a time, once a year, where the veil thins. The veil between the conscious and the unconscious. And you have more access to the other world, to the magic within you, to your power. To your power within. Samhain is that time. So what I'm saying is that you have this power within you. And Samhain is a time where you can create. You want to change Ireland, you think, hey, look at Ireland. Ireland's doing this, Ireland's doing that, which sometimes I get in my comments. You want to change Ireland? You do it within first. You request it. You connect to the Tuatha Dé Danann. And you tell them, what Ireland do you want? Let's not focus on all these things that are going wrong. This is going wrong. This is going wrong. We have this. We don't get a choice in elections, whatever it is. What is the magical Ireland that you want? We're going to have 1,000 years now, or 2,000 years with the Tuatha Dé Danann coming to the fore, where your magic is coming to the fore, where your power is coming up. And your power is not in the Milesian mindset. Your power is in allowing yourself to connect with the Tuatha Dé Danann. And you have this time now. We have this time. It's over. 3D world is gone. We're already in the world where the Tuatha Dé Danann are beginning to come back. So what do you want? Stop focusing on everything that's going wrong. What is the beautiful Ireland? What is the paradise, the Ireland paradise that you want? What is it? Focus on that, particularly on Samhain. Now, on Samhain, Halloween, if you want to create a bonfire, create a bonfire. If you want to do a ritual, do a ritual. But as you light that bonfire, as you see that bonfire being lit, you make your intention. You take a few seconds, take a few deep breaths, and make your intention to the Tuatha Dé Danann as that bonfire is being lit, or whatever you want to do. If you want to go to a stream and set an intention, if you want to, like I do, take some coins and throw them, give them back to the Tuatha Dé Danann or to the goddess. Take some coins and give them back to the goddess. Now, whether that's just throwing them into a field, which you can do, or whether it's giving them to a beggar, whatever way you want to do it, it's a ritual. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It depends on what you could do. Maybe it's a lot, maybe it's a tiny amount, maybe it's 5 cents. It doesn't matter. The importance is the intention that you're giving something of value back. And Samhain is a great time to set those intentions. What is your paradise Ireland that you want? What way do you want to give back to the goddess, or what way do you want to connect with the Tuatha Dé Danann, with that power inside you? Samhain is the time to do this. This is your time. The veil is going to thin, and you have an opportunity now to connect with this. And the important thing, the most important thing about Samhain is that you recognize, and by the way, I'm talking to me here, that you recognize that you have this magic. That Samhain is a very important time to reconnect in with your magic. Reconnect in with the Tuatha Dé Danann. Reconnect in with how powerful you are. Reconnect in with the ability to change the fabric of reality. You have that ability within you, because you have the Tuatha Dé Danann within you. And yes, they said they would disappear. They would go into the hills for 1,000 years or 2,000 years. But they're back. They're coming back, and you have this power and ability. So Samhain is a time to reconnect in with this. So remember, this is a very, very special time for Gaelic people. It's a time for you to realize how powerful you truly are.